Uneducated, unfiltered, unhinged. This is the Mangina Dialogues. We at it again with your host Nick Scopes and the Gregalicious. You know how we do, cause you know we keeping it gangster and silly. Unplugged like a full swung titty. Bout get jitty, cause you know we down to the nitty and the gritty. And we make shit sound so damn pretty. Yeah, cause this unhinged comedy. And right now you're in the mix, so get ready, cause we about to get it poppin'. And we ain't stopping.
Uneducated, unfiltered, unhinged. This the Mangina Dialogues.
Hello and welcome to the Mangina Dialogues. I am your host, Nick Scopes.
And I'm the Gregalicious.
That's right. The oldest man on this show.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
And today our guest is the very funny Molly Austin, all the way from the beautiful Garden State. How are you?
I'm doing good, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
I
being
like your
here.
I like your theme song. Is it sponsored by Eminem? This podcast?
It's actually, speaking of sponsors, it is sponsored by Manscaped.
By who?
Manscaped, you know.
You ever heard of Manscaped?
You know Manscaped.
No, I do not. What is it? I mean, it sounds like men's pubic hair.
Exactly.
It's the tools of the trade.
Accoutrement. Yeah. What do you need other than some skizzers and a little razor? What else are you?
Scissors.
How is that?
Well, I mean, since you asked, perfect. They do, like those electric groomers.
Yeah, they have electric groomer. It's got like a headlight on it so you can see into the crevices.
You have a headlight on yours? I don't have a headlight on mine. Does it?
Dude, it comes on automatically.
It does?
There.
Oh, well, I should pay more attention.
You're older. It's fine.
What's the other thing they have? They have ball toner.
Ball toner, ball deodorant.
It's keeping your stuff healthy.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know ball deodorant existed, but I am glad that it does.
I got to tell you, I didn't know it did either until this box of loot showed up one day.
You know what? I'm going to start off this podcast with a weird question since you're female. If, you're down there on a gentleman and it smells like nice, like deodorant, is that weird or is that good? You know what I mean?
No, dude, it's a fucking relief. Balls stink.
It is. Okay. Because I'm thinking like girl goes down there and she's just like, did he put cologne on his balls? Like, who does this guy think he is? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to feel.
That's the thing, like, that women don't shame men for enough. Your balls stink. And anytime I have been flashed on the subway, I smelled it before I've seen it.
Come on.
What's the social distance of this flashing? How far? What are we talking?
It's usually like someone next to you. Hasn't happened in a while. They mainly flash like girls in their early 20s. They like them real young when they're flashing them.
Wait, time out. I have spent so much time on the subway, and I have never seen. I mean, I know it happens, but I've never seen a flash before. Now, I mean, I don't know what that says about me, but is it like hobos or is it like regular dressed dudes who just pull it out and just, I don't know, what are they going for?
No, it's like regular dudes. I've actually never been flashed by a hobo, as you said. It's like guys in suits, guys in just regular clothes. It's just like it's like turns them on to scare young women.
Nick, did you ever have the urge to pull it out on a public transportation and just show it off for
Not
whatever?
Not public transportation, but
like in your own car in traffic.
No. Once when I had to pee, I remember really bad in traffic. I had to pee in a water bottle. That was about it, though.
So, hey, Molly, what are the chances that works on a girl? Like, I've always wondered that.
I don't think it's meant to work. It's just meant to shock
No.
them. They just like the.
Well, I saw on your Instagram, I think the most recent post, like hysterical video of like you wake up to DMs of dick pics, just mountains of dick pics, right? So
it's a wind tunnel of dick pics,
right,
baby.
Right.
Wouldn't so.
The quarantine dick desert, or whatever you said. Fucking hysterical. So I'm curious, like, do guys think that has a success rate? And what is it?
No, it's not about it working. It's about frightening the person and exposing yourself in public. It has actually, if you were like into it, they would be like, that would ruin it for them.
So do you play back to it like, oh, nice pic, send me more?
No, I just don't answer them. I just don't respond. And that generally tends to, they want the attention. They want like the reaction. I don't know what like the culture with just firing off random dick pics are. I don't know if that is a thing. I don't know. Like, does it work? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I mean, I just like started sending nudes like this year of my life, but to like with a lover that I was sleeping, like someone I was intimate with, not like strangers. I don't know if like, I don't know. I find it very weird. I'm learning a lot about dick shapes, so I will say that.
Because I have some friends girls who started sending me for sport, seemingly like they would wake up in the morning and they would just screenshot their like OkCupid inbox, right, and just send it to me, and it's the most, as a guy who I think is relatively normal, me, so embarrassing to the species of men. What like dudes are trying to do I don't know. I just don't understand. I think the message never got through that almost nothing you can do makes it even visually appealing. Like the best lighting, the best photoshopping.
Yeah,
it's just
never, they're not like, you have to have an attachment to it. You know what I mean? Like you need like just a D, and like, I don't know, would you be attracted to just a V on the subway? Probably not.
No, I would be shocked. Like I'd be like, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know how to process it. If some random normal looking girl just starts flashing body parts around, like on purpose. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's like, it's not sexy, and I don't know that it's meant. I don't know. I kind of look at it like a subway flasher. Like if I get one of those, I'm like, oh, this person who I've never spoken to. This person is just like trying to shock me. But little do they know, I've seen a Vietnam veteran amount of dick. You know what I mean?
I don't though.
I don't either. I just said that.
I believe you. I just don't know.
Were there a lot of dicks shown in Vietnam we didn't know about?
No, it just made me feel like old and like experienced in the dick jungle.
Right. Like, I've been there.
Well, I could tell you that me and Nick do these interviews these days. We used to do them together in person. Now we do them on Zoom, and I feel like I'm constantly on the subway when Nick is on the other end of the Zoom with me. That's all I'll say. Anyway,
well, that's exciting.
No, not for me. It's not.
It is. You should see the smiles on his face. It's incredible.
Of horror. I have to keep a puke bucket next to me.
Yeah.
So how are you keeping yourself busy at home with your parents in this mess?
I just try to be helpful around the house and clean, and I mean, I don't really cook, but I just try to, do chores and help out, and I've been writing a lot, which has been like a nice creative outlet, writing the stuff that I always kind of wanted to write and didn't feel like I had time. I just really stopped watching the news and started getting creative. You know what I mean? I got the gist. We can't go outside.
Right.
And when we do, we have to wear gloves and masks. And I was like, I think I feel like I know enough to zone out for a little bit. And that was really a good decision for me. Because it was just like, I don't know, depressing me. I mean, it's, it's tough, and, a lot of our jobs went away, and you don't know what you're going to do, and you don't know how you're going to move forward. So I'm just trying to, give myself like that space to create. So that's what I've been doing. I watch movies like every night.
What are you watching?
A lot of 80s movies, actually. I watch
Greg's
Patrol.
time frame.
Yeah, Greg, these. Sea Patrol.
Oh my God! That's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I haven't seen that. I mean, I can't remember last time I've seen it. How did you come across? Like, what made you watch that movie?
This guy that I am friends with, who I met, like, we worked together years ago, and I think he's just so funny and like so great, and he knows I love Leslie Jordan. And who is an actor.
Yeah. Having a moment.
And oh my God, he's like the king of my heart. He was like, you would really like this movie. And we had like very similar tastes, and he just like recommended it to me, and everything he likes or tells me to watch, I tend to like. So, I watched it and loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie.
Yeah, it's really fun. I watched Goonies last night.
I went to high school with her. One of the I don't even know her name in the movie anymore, but
Andy,
the redhead.
Andy, yeah, that's Andy.
Yeah,
she's like the
Goonies
hot one.
Is the best.
Yeah, I went to high school with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's a mega babe.
Do you know what other movie she was in?
I'm
gonna forget now too. I want to say. I want to say Rudy, but it wasn't Rudy. It was another movie with Sean Astin that I think was right before that. I'll Google it while we're on the phone and then tell you. But anyway, so you watch Goonies. What else?
I've gotten really into Cheers.
Huh.
From the beginning, it brings me a lot of like solace. It makes me feel, is solace the right word? Like comfort. It makes me feel very happy. I feel like I love when Norm walks in and everybody says, hi, Norm. It makes me emotional. And it's just like nice to see people be friends and together, and it makes me feel good. So I watch that a lot. I've been watching that a lot. Rocky. Rocky's my favorite movie. I made it to 3. I think I'm going to start over again tonight and just like go all the way through. So I think I'm just going to have like a Rocky week. Probably get into Creed as well, because I love the first Creed. The second one was fine, but it's like I would watch Michael B. Jordan like knit. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter.
He's a beautiful, beautiful man.
And like, so is a young Sylvester Stallone. It's like it's honestly like the movie is like, yes, about boxing, but also like low key, like, what's that called? Softcore porn for ladies. You know what I mean? Like, it's really nice.
So the other
an Italian man just trying to make it. The story of my life.
Yeah.
So
I love it. And there's like also like, the emotional aspect of him, like, his heart is trapped in a cage, like one of those parakeets in Adrian's pet store. And then when he sets it free, he sets himself free. And I love it. I love it. I love Rocky. I love Sylvester Stallone.
Rocky 5 is good. The other Cary Green movie is, there's 2 actually. The one I was thinking of was Lucas. Did you ever see Lucas?
I don't think so.
Oh, check that. It's a very good movie. And then Summer Rental.
It sounds sad.
It's kind of sad, but it's, it's typical of that era of, cheesy 80s movies. And then Summer Rental with John Candy. Awesome movie.
Oh, I'll watch that. Yeah. I feel also about John Candy the same way, like about Michael B. Jordan, Sylvester Stallone, and John Candy. I'd watch them do anything.
And Leslie Jordan.
It's a weird lineup, right?
Like, what is going on with Leslie Jordan? Like, lately, I don't like. It's blown up like unbelievably. Do you know who Leslie Jordan is, Nick?
No.
Oh my God, you got to go to his Instagram. You will watch it for 24 hours straight. Like, it's insane. so funny.
It's just like, you know what it is? It's like, I got into him before the quarantine. I was like, I've been into Leslie Jordan, but I also like love an elderly celebrity on social media. Like I live for Charo. You know what I mean? Like I live for her. Because it's just like these people are, I mean, he's still working, you know what I mean? But he's just like older and like he theoretically has gotten as famous as he is going to get and he just doesn't give a fuck. And he's having the best time. And it's just like every time he posts, it's funny and it's like lighthearted and just like such a fantastical break from what is happening in the world that like it's just nice to see somebody who like loves his life and he didn't get famous enough to be sitting like under a waterfall, you know what I mean? And being like, don't worry, it's going to be fine. Like he's medium famous. He's not rich.
He's got 3 million followers on Instagram. That's
four
crazy. 4 million? Holy shit.
I just looked, yeah.
Yeah, but he went viral after this quarantine started because he's so fucking funny, dude. He's so funny. He's just a joy. He's a joy. He's the only funny person in the world.
He posted I think yesterday or the day before, where now people are like stealing his quotes and phrases and putting it on like T-shirts and shit and selling it. And his Instagram was like, I'm gonna do that shit now myself. It's coming this week. I was like, you know what? You go for it, man. Like, take it down.
Yeah, I think that's so funny.
Yeah, he is.
He's a hoot and he's a treasure.
Yep.
And he flew from Tennessee to Los Angeles last week, so it was like a tense time for me because I was worried about him. But he seems to be doing fine.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Leslie Jordan as well.
So much where you worry about his travel.
Yeah, I want him to be safe. And I want him to be happy.
Yeah.
And I just want everything like good in this world for Leslie Jordan only.
Same. So does Nick. Nick now is a fan.
Yeah, I've seen. I just went and looked him up. I've seen that guy. He's fucking hilarious. It's so good.
He's so funny.
Yeah, so funny. I love it.
So yeah, I talk about him a lot. I'm really into the Rock's Instagram as well.
Like The Rock?
Just really like, I love The Rock. I really like pro wrestling.
Do you really?
I think it's like a hoot. I'm not like into it. Like I couldn't tell you stuff, but if it's on, I'd like watch it and love it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot as a kid.
Did you? You grew up in Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've actually been to the last 4 WrestleManias.
Oh my God.
And for work, like, I don't consider myself a wrestling fan. I consider myself wrestling adjacent, right?
Right.
But, I go for work. And I tell everybody that, people are like, oh, you have to go to the Super Bowl or you have to go to NCAA March Madness. No, you're missing. If you don't experience a WrestleMania weekend one time in your life, you are missing out. Especially,
I really want to go.
Oh my God! As a comedian, you'll come out of there with a year's worth, if not more, of material just by walking around. It is one of the most unique things you can go to just people watch, and depending on where you go, it even raises the bar, right? So I've been to one in New Orleans, which was, outstanding, but then it was topped by the one that I went to in Orlando, Florida. When you think you can't bring anything else to it, they drop Orlando, Florida on you for WrestleMania.
What do you do for work that you have to go to all these WrestleManias?
I'm a professional wrestler.
Oh, jinx.
No, my real gig is I'm in entertainment, consumer products. So I work with WWE and all the entertainment companies on shit that you see in malls and stuff. So
That's the shit.
yeah.
That's so fun.
So yeah, it's crazy. I mean it too. It's not just like a joke. Like, you should go to a WrestleMania, even if you don't go to the actual event.
Get me a job? Because I need one now. Stand us out for like a year. So just get me a job for the WWE, and I'll do it. I'll do it.
You'd probably have to move to Orlando. Which,
well,
I don't know how often you've been to Orlando, but it's Orlando, Florida.
I'm going to say something. I like Florida. The only problem with Florida is the people. Like, Florida is a nice place. I like the weather. I like the foliage. I like the animals. I like the beach.
Time out. I
Yeah.
have to just interrupt for a second, and I apologize. But
That's okay.
you said, I like Florida except for the people.
Yeah.
So that,
Like, I feel like I could be happy in Florida. That's what I'm saying.
minus the people.
Yeah, I'm not really a people person anyway. Like, I'm like not into like big parties and like, you know what I mean? I'm not into like a lot of noise. I'm into like, I'm a one-on-one type of person.
Well, I mean, the problem with Florida is the people.
Yeah.
But especially like Orlando, right? Because it's where Walt Disney World is, and Universal and all the entertainment, shit that's in Orlando. And I mean, you want to see some weird shit on a daily basis, just hang out in Orlando.
Yeah. No, I know. Disney people are weird.
And then, I mean, then drop WrestleMania in the mix. Forget it. Home run. It's a grand slam.
Well, you don't live there. You live in Connecticut.
No, I know. I'm just saying that, like, as far as material.
Well, how come you don't have to live there?
Well, because I only work with them. I don't work for them.
Oh, just give me a job where you work.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Perfect. It's in New York City, so perfect.
Yeah, Midtown, like right in the thick of it.
That's great. I'll just work from home, and then I'll work at the office. Do we work in an office?
We do. We work in an office. Yeah. Yep.
That's exciting. I have not worked in an office in a long time.
Listen, I will. There's several things about working for my company that are factually based, and what is not factually based is that it's exciting. It's about as unexciting as it gets.
Yeah, I don't think any job would excite me, honestly, other than what I want to be doing. But it's a new world, so I think you just do what you got to do. I'm going to start.
So let's talk about comedy for a few minutes.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
Nick is itching to get on the mic and talk to you about comedy.
The one thing I wanted to talk about was one of your bits I came across. So perfect. You were talking about how now you have toilet paper money and you can afford toilet paper and you haven't had to steal it in a while.
But you can't get any.
Yeah. But now I'm wondering if that's changed. Like, are you now stealing toilet paper again? Like, are you back on that path?
Hilarious. Well, technically, I guess I am because I'm at my parents' place and they are buying the toilet paper. So I am like low key stealing from my parents. My mother did say I had to start doing work outside if I was going to stay here any longer.
It's funny because part of that bit I totally relate to, because like if I go into anywhere, a bathroom, a hotel, whatever, and there's a bucket of anything that holds any value to me, right? That you could just take.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, I'm taking the whole fucking thing. I have more Q-tips in my house from every hotel that I've been in that are unopened, but if they're there in that little metal can, I'm taking them.
That's such a weird steal.
Why?
Because the hotel Q-tips are so like small and pointy that like I never like them.
Right. That's why I have tons of packages of them. But the point is, I'm taking them. They're there for me.
Oh, they're not using them. You're just hoarding them.
I'm just taking them. Same thing with the this is like you're gonna go, who is this fucking insane person? But like all the coffee, if there is a Keurig cup in the hotel for the coffee pot, it's leaving with me. taking it all of it, sweet and low packets. I'm leaving with them. I go into a public bathroom, not a public bathroom, but like at a hotel or something, and they have a basket of whatever the equivalent is to man tampons. I will take all of that shit. Like, I will do the same thing.
I support that.
I mean, don't leave me in a bathroom with free shit.
No, I agree with you. 100%. It feels good to take stuff. I did a show at a WeWork. God, who even knows? I don't even know I guess it was sometime in 2019. Who knows? And there's so much free shit at a WeWork. It's like, honestly, they can use YouTube Studios for this bananas and tampons and all this stuff. I told them I was doing it too. And I was like, look, I got a tote and I'm filling it and I'm out of here. And they were like, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like walking out and like, people were like, oh, good set, blah, blah, blah. Like oranges like fell out of my pocket. I was like, oh, and they were like, you did say you were going to do that, huh? And I was like, and I meant it.
God damn it. I'm right there with you.
And then like, yeah, I'm like, I don't even really like oranges, but if they're free oranges, like you better believe I'm taking them. And like eating them with such delight.
I know, they taste so much better
when they're free.
I'll tell you the best pear I was in London a couple years ago for work, and I checked into the hotel, and it was the strangest experience I've ever had in a hotel, right? So I got picked up at the airport by the hotel and got driven in like a car to the hotel. I get out of the car. There's a lady waiting for me on the street, right? The driver did not call the hotel and say, I'm pulling up with this guy. She just pulled the car up, lady waiting outside, takes me in the side of the hotel, like some private weird ass entrance. And I'm like, they definitely have the wrong fucking person. Like, they're expecting someone else. They're not expecting me. Whisks me up to the hotel room, pulls out a leather bound book and asks me to sign, whatever, the shit that I'm in the hotel. I sign it. She leaves. And I'm like, this is fucking weird. 5 minutes later, knock on the door. Person comes into the door and they give me this gigantic bouquet of flowers, right?
Ooh.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, someone is punking me, like some fuck up shit's happening. Shut the door, put the bouquet of flowers on the table. 2 more minutes go by. Dude walks into my room, gives me a huge bowl of pears, right?
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. A bowl of pears. And I'm like, I don't even like fucking pears. But I'm like, well,
I love pears.
They're free pears. So I bite into this pear, and to this day, it was the best tasting piece of fruit I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love a basket of pears.
Oh,
I'm
my
telling you that
God.
right now. Yeah, I love that. I love that shit. Yeah, free shit feels so good.
So good.
And like, anytime I got like an acting gig or a writing gig, I was like on that crafty table, man.
Yeah.
My producer was like, you got to calm down when the crafty comes out. I don't mind if you take stuff, but like you get too hyped about it. And I'm like, I understand.
Anyway.
That's me. That's
She's like, she's like, you scare the PAs.
Fuck, this lady's really going in.
Don't walk by her with a bag of bagels.
Yeah, I'm like a monster. Like, we're eating all week on crafty, baby.
So,
I love it. I love free stuff.
So what was that show that you just meant that you were working on? Was it just a pilot, or was that a whole series?
Which?
What was it called? You tell me. I forgot the name of it. Winx. Wait, right?
Oh, that was a pilot. How do you know about that?
I'm resourceful.
He's old and wise.
Yeah, that was a pilot we did for True TV.
Yes.
That was for internet? Wink?
It had to be somewhere.
Must have been. Yeah, that was yes, the pilot. It was shot in New Orleans. It's not very good. It did not get picked up.
At least you shot it. You got paid for it.
Honesty.
Actually, I think it's on your. I think it's on your website. To be honest.
It might be.
Yeah, I think it is.
I did use some of it for my reel. Maybe that's
Oh,
what
that's
it
what
is.
it was. It was your reel. Yeah. That's where I saw it.
like the one part of it that wasn't shot like somebody was on cocaine. It was wild. The whole thing was a train wreck. But a lot of fun, very cool to do, and like a great overall experience that I'm really glad I had.
That's good. TV, any TV is hard.
Yeah, I mean, not if it's good, you know. Usually it works out if it's good, but you know, when something isn't good, you just get better at it.
Hear that, Nick?
Exactly.
Stick with the comedy.
What?
I told
Greg's
Nugly.
just trying to be mean to me. You should see he's wearing a camo scarf right now, like a t-shirt and a camo scarf, and he has a mic stand in front of him. Looks like Steven Tyler if he gave up.
That's exactly what it looks like. That's dead on. You couldn't be more right. Except I wish I had longer hair still.
That's a bummer.
I know.
So Molly, did you start doing stand-up in Jersey and then make your way to New York?
No, I started in New York. I actually fell into comedy by accident. I didn't plan on going into comedy, and people kept saying that to me, like, you should go into comedy, and I was like, don't know. And then I got a place with my cousin, and she was doing improv actually, and her boyfriend was an improv teacher, and he was at our apartment all the time, and he was like, I can get you into a 101 class for free. And I was like, you know what, I just moved to the city, like, I'll try it, you know what I mean? And I really liked it. I really liked like a lot of different aspects about it, and I got onto a house team pretty quickly, and I kind of just realized, like, it just, at a certain point I was doing it because I was afraid to do stand-up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I don't like being scared, so then I just started doing stand-up from there.
So stand-up scared you less than improv?
No, stand-up, I was stand-up scared me, so I was like not doing it because I was doing improv.
Got it.
And I used it like as an excuse, and like improv is like really got like a lot of cult aspects to it. Like, yeah, you have shows once a week, but you also have like multiple practices, and then like there's a weird like a pressure to hang out at the bar. I was drinking too much, and like it very quickly becomes like 3 nights of your week.
Right.
But no, I mean, I was working in fashion for a startup company, and we were doing design. I was doing design and production, sample production in New York. And yeah, I kind of fell into it and then fell in love with it. And, you know, I remember thinking like, oh, you know, this was like right before Amy Schumer even. And I was like, I don't know, like, if I belong in this world. And it is tough a lot easier now. But at the time, like, a lot of bookers were male, and they would expect you to sleep with them if they booked you, or they would, like, hit on you if they booked you in, like, this really gross way. And I was like, this sucks, dude. Like, what am I doing? And then I just kind of got mean. And it was easier.
Did you feel that, because I've never done improv, I've only done stand-up, do you feel that improv at all helped your stand-up?
No, but I think it, no, I think they're very different, and I don't think they do help. I think it helped me find my voice in a way where I became, like, I was able to say things and hear people laugh at them, and that gave me like a little bit of a boost of confidence in believing in myself. But I don't know that they necessarily go hand in hand, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's what I've always wondered. People that have never done improv, I don't see myself ever doing it. And, I'll do almost anything if I think it's going to be a benefit to me. So, or if it's going to help, but That's why I always ask
I mean,
people.
I think anything that is an experience helps you, like with stand up. So, like, I mean, I don't want to hear a stand up get on stage and talk about, improv ever, unless they're shitting on it, in which case, LOL, if you know what I mean. But I just think that anything and like is a different way of thinking. You know what I mean? The whole thing is like saying yes. You say yes, and you know what I mean? Like that's a different way than most people think. And I'm a big believer in doing stuff for the sake of doing it. And maybe you don't get a cool story out of it, but anything that kind of stretches your brain is good for your art.
Yeah, totally. Nick.
But yeah, improvisers are weirdos. They're like musical theater people. They're very annoying.
That's what everybody says when they
They're
talk
so
about
annoying.
improv. They're like, they're all musical theater fucking weirdos. It's so true.
They never shut up. They're like constantly on. They're constantly doing this, and it's just like we just talk about something. You know what I mean? It's an irritating group.
Yeah, I used to go before I was legally able to drink. I used to go down to the Village every weekend with my friends, and we would go to two places: the Cafe Wa to see some like shitty cover band, but they didn't card anyone, and we would just drink pitchers of beer, and then we would go to the comedy club around the corner, and they used to have an improv show it was either every Friday or Saturday night, and I went to that. I'm not kidding. Probably every weekend for a year. Like, I mean, unbelievable amount of time spent going to that comedy club to just see these improv shows. And, on the whole, they were funny, right? But then, like, the people would hang out at the bar afterwards, and the show kept going. Like, it never ended.
Yeah, that is the issue.
Yeah, totally. So,
I mean, I don't dislike I like a good improv show, actually. I think they're fun to watch, but I don't want to hang out with those people, like, after.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I totally do. Totally.
So let's talk about your album a little bit, your comedy album. By the way, the title is great. I really love the title. Zero to New Jersey. That's awesome. Where did you end up shooting that?
I did it at New York Comedy Club in the East Village. And I recorded it in June, actually, and released it in December.
Do you still have, or is the chair that's on the cover that you're sitting in, is that your actual chair?
That's actually my friend's apartment, which I really love.
Because I had that exact chair in college, exactly the same chair. Like when I saw it, I'm like, holy shit.
That's when chairs were invented.
Listen, there's not a lot of wicker chairs still running around, like with that whole Tiki Village background that came out of the fucking Love Boat and shit. So like, it spoke to me.
I love that. I'm like, one day would love my own production company, and that will be the chair that I sit in at my desk. I love those chairs.
Yeah, they are.
That's my chair.
Who's the nude man in the photo?
The weird man? Is that what you just said?
Nude man. He's shirtless, holding.
Oh yeah, you mean the fucking mega babe? That is a guy who likes my comedy and used to come to a bunch of shows, and he would DM me on Instagram and ask me like about show. I mean, young, like 22. And which, we love to see it. And I noticed he's like a low-key bodybuilder. So when I was shooting this cover, I was like, hey, do you want to do this? And he like works in finance. He took off work. He's so sweet. He's so nice. And he's such a babe. I don't want to say his name because it feels weird. to say his name because you know what I mean? Like he's a real person with like a real life. He's not a male model. But
are you blushing
like,
right now?
Me?
Are you blushing?
Are you talking to your friend or
No,
are you talking to me?
I can see that he's blushing, but I'm talking to you actually.
No, I just like it was really sweet and it was really nice, and I love having hot male fans.
It was such a great description. I was just curious, like how long that was going to go. He's so sweet. Say it again. Say it one more time. I'm just busting your chops.
Oh, you're not doing a good job, I'm going to be honest.
That's all right.
The roaster are confusing.
He's elderly. It's tough.
I know. I need more coffee.
Yeah, that's it's okay. Try again. You try again, you'll get me next time.
Okay, I'll put it on my list.
I don't think I'll make it, but we're trying here. So when do you see comedy coming back? We've been asking everyone this. Everyone has different predictions. They're like, "Oh, I'll be back in June." People are like, we're fucked for a year," or you never know what everyone's answer is going to be. So we're asking you.
Yeah, I mean, I need people who are like, "I'm coming back in June." I'm like, "Go ahead, honey," because microphones are dirty as fuck anyway, and this is something that I'm gonna. I mean, I personally am not coming back until probably 2021. If we are predicting a second wave of this, I'm not interested. You know what I mean? In participating in shows like that. And I might change my mind, but it felt like really scary, especially in New York. To be in those like crowded rooms and putting something up to your mouth, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait until I understand what this second wave is gonna be like. I'm not in a big rush, and that's kind of what makes it come back stronger is when people like rush to get out and do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I don't know. I have a slightly different opinion. But it also changes every couple of days. So, everything can change tomorrow.
I mean, I'm gonna see, but I mean, just kind of like talking. I have friends and family in healthcare and talking to them and thinking about this second wave. I mean, I don't know. I think it's hard to say. I think it's hard to predict. And I think I'm not in a big rush to, I mean, I don't know. The science says that when people, after these sort of things, like rush to go out again, that's when it hits even harder. So I'm hoping that people stay responsible. But I mean, there are these people protesting already, and it's very, I don't know. People are freaks.
Amen to that.
For real.
Yeah, a whole bunch of places opened up. I think 11 states started opening up shit today, or maybe tomorrow. They're opening up like regular stuff, like retail stores and restaurants and all kinds of stuff. So we'll see. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
So what are you more afraid of? Are you more afraid of this, or are you more afraid of snakes?
Turns out, I did not know this about myself, but he does not like a pandemic.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
I'm actually more afraid of snakes, to be honest.
No, not me anymore.
Yeah. The snake thing
overtook that.
It's pandemic and then snakes.
Yeah, it turns out I will take I don't know, it's hard to say. Like a pit of snakes, that's out. I'll take my chances in a pandemic. I honestly think I had it at one point because I was like wildly fatigued for like 2 weeks. Felt like adult mono, and then I was just fine. It was very strange. But I don't know. Like, it's not really about me. I think I would probably, if I did have it, like I was okay, but
Right.
it's just more about being responsible for other people.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah, we'll see. Every day there's more positive stuff on either the vaccine that now that they think may be available from one of these companies in September, to the therapeutic drug that they're approving today. So who knows what next week brings? Hopefully not more people sick, but never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of want to I feel like I have to do so little to, be a positive influence on this that it doesn't hurt me to do it,
Yeah, totally. Well, I wish you and your parents good luck if you're going to stay in their house for the foreseeable future.
Oh my God.
Booton, New
My
Jersey.
My mom is so wild. She was like annoyed with me the other day, and she's like, the cases in New York are going down. You could probably go back. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
She's like, and I heard you don't even really need a mask. Just go. Just go for a walk.
I was like, oh my God.
Go hang out
You're
in the
my
park.
mom.
Dude, your mom fucking rules. That's hilarious.
She's
You'll
sending.
probably go back. I was like, oh my God, you're my mom.
Well, on that note.
Yeah, on that note, Molly, thank you so much for talking to us today, taking the time out of your day, your very busy day that we all have, to talk to us.
Oh, yeah, so busy.
But for real, I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I loved your Subway stories. This was great.
And I love you telling me that I
thank you.
suck. It's perfect.
So do I.
The best part of Nick's day. He's going to be like, remember the time Molly told you suck?
I didn't say you sucked. I said you weren't doing a very good job.
That's semantics. It's all the same thing.
Same shit.
I mean, you're right, so it's fine. I'll be better next time.
I know.
All right, dude.
I was right.
Thank you.
All right,
thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, bye guys. Take care.